Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Foundry. My name is John here. I'm here with Kylo and Tony, and you're watching another episode of the Cursed Podcast. And today we have a very special conspiracy theory topic for you. Tony, it was his choice today. Tony, what are we researching? What are we investigating today for our viewers?
The Denver International Airport.
Okay. Tell me more.
Okay, this is not rehearsed, everybody. Just let you know, we are not reading lines. Okay. Okay. So the whole
Kyler, I don't have that script.
Some further changes.
Yeah.
Who has
Who wrote mine?
updated scripts? Line.
Murals.
Okay, so this whole thing, there's so many things fucked up about this story. Like there's so many things.
It's weird.
It's very weird. There are a lot of speculations. There's a lot of like leaders of the world kind of like problems here that's happening. Astro being fucking off on camera as he always does on these streams. It's great.
Why does he do that?
I don't know.
But don't pick him up. We're gonna yelp.
So yeah, but this is gonna be a fun episode. Diving into, we're gonna talk to you guys some about the biggest conspiracy theories, and so just from the get go, like I guess there was just
Geckos?
yes, maybe I
The
don't
brothers?
know, lizard people. There were so many complications and issues, just problems with the construction in general. Over budget, delays, up the yin yang, and just a lot of miscalculations on everyone's part here, from the city all the way down to just the blueprints. Yeah, government. So, where do we want to dive into this place, guys?
The beginning.
Where's the beginning?
So I mean, I guess we could say the airport finished construction in 1995. I don't know the exact date, but I know
Well,
the
it says
year.
first opened February 28th.
1995. There we go.
25 years ago.
So the the airport finishes construction, but it's 16 months behind schedule. And why that is, we about to dive in and figure out.
Yeah, like why are we 16 months behind schedule?
So-
Why are we $2 billion over budget?
Yeah. So the airport had a $3 billion budget, but the final cost of it was $4.8 billion.
Billion. That's insane for like the thing
For
that
an
a
airport.
city.
And the thing was, there already was an airport 16 miles away, which is a perfectly fine airport. And then some people, Illuminati, Freemasons, whoever, were like, hey, this needs to get done. So they got it done 16 months late. But they got it done, a lot of reports, not necessarily reports, but eye accounts of people that were a part of the construction crew said that whenever they started building there, the plot land already had 5 fully formed buildings on the plot that were perfectly fine, and then they just told them to bury the buildings and leave them under the airport because they were built improper, but to leave them,
That's pretty amazing, right? They're like, oh, just cover it up.
Yeah.
Paint over
Build
it.
over it.
Okay.
And so the underground facility, there was an underground facility built at the beginning of the building. A lot of people think it was built as an emergency bunker for the global elite. And that,
So who in your book who you think the global elite would be? Like Tom Hardy, obviously. Tom Hardy. Us, because you need paranormal investigators in case of ghosts.
who's going to investigate the tunnels? The secret of the ghost in the tunnels.
Yeah, there could be hiccups that they don't know about, but we should actually. We have not gotten our letters in the mail. I know this was like started 25 years ago.
It was like before the year before.
Wait, you guys didn't get your letter yet?
Huh?
You guys didn't get your letter yet?
This is some Vault-Tec bullshit right here.
I'm gonna kill Kyle for his like, yes, I am Mr. Griffin.
Who would be the global elite? Obviously the president.
The Illuminati.
Unfortunately.
So just anyone that's like
Popular, like, really
celebrities,
popular.
people who own
Or
conglomerates.
like top 100 billboard, like at the time, get to
Yeah.
fucking come in.
So like people who own conglomerates, like the Rothsteins and the Rockefellers. But the Rothsteins is a people too, right? The Rothsteins, yeah, I'm pretty
Fact
sure.
check that right now on your phone.
The
Rothsteins.
Oopsie.
You know the Rothstein banks? Jesus Christ. Yeah, but yeah, there are big like rumors and just kind of urban legends that follows the subject that the Illuminati contributed a large portion of money to the construction, to the government, to the city, to the mayor himself.
Yeah,
Rothstein?
Arnold Rothstein.
Yeah, well, American Racket
Yeah, he's
was the brand.
He's a businessman. It's the Rothstein.
American racketeer, businessman, gambler who became a kingpin of the Jewish mob in New York City. Rothstein was widely reputed to have organized corruption for professional athletics, including conspiring to fix the 1919 World Series. Assassinated in 1928. How is this relevant?
There's still lineage of this person. His money lived on through his bloodline. Anyways, so the rich people, you got Bill Gates.
Was the Alstein Rockstein?
Alsteins? Who's that?
Fact check for Alstein.
The Alsteins. I don't even know how to spell Alstein. But like Bill Gates, any of these people who hold a large
Do you
sums
think
of
Jada
money.
and Will are going to be in there together?
Not now. Maybe Will. They'll sympathy let in Will, And then Jay's gonna be like, why can't I come in? They're like, sorry, there's been entanglement with your papers, we don't know where they went. They were just gone. We entangled them. Not lost, entangled. So pretty much anyone who holds some type of power or influence in the world is gonna be, I feel like that's the global elite.
Influencers like us, like YouTubers.
Sure,
TikTok.
PewDiePie got a spot to the Denver airport. Or even later on, I'll bring this up, but the Queen of England, I feel like she's also part of the global elite.
She has no influence on government at all.
But it doesn't mean she's not part of the global elite. She's still an influencer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Why do you think so many people in England own corgis? Because that dumb bitch. But anyway, when's she gonna die for real though? She's met over 30 presidents. Come on, die already. So even the presidents ain't met 30 presidents, So
even the presidents ain't met 30 presidents.
Right. They ain't been 30 either. But so anyways, there's this vast underground system of New World Order command bunkers is what they call them.
Command bunkers.
Built underneath.
What do you think they're commanding down below in these bunkers?
It's
when
the New World.
The New World of tunnels. Of 9 tunnels underground that 5 miles deep.
They got a button in case in a nuclear holocaust, it unleashes a little cage thing that comes up, and they can release a tumbleweed that goes through.
But also there's they were told to build these underneath the airport. Fuck you guys. There's these bunkers that are built in tradition with FEMA concentration camps.
Which is really interesting.
Which people think that might be for future use, for undesirables. Whoever that may be.
Like Jada.
Exactly. Jada, we got your room right here, and it's a gas chamber, And then Will's pulling the lever. So, I was so entangled with that lever, bitch. And so, I think that's interesting. The concentration camp builds, underneath them. There's, tunnel systems which had railroads which weren't utilized until people start asking questions until the early 2000s. These railroad tunnel systems were just there, and people were what are these for? And everyone's we use them, and everyone's but what for? And so then they started using them as baggage, for a baggage rail.
Yeah.
Very, very weird how we take the baggage comes from up and we just take it
take
down.
it under and then take it back up
It's interesting.
Like a gondola can do that or something.
So I wanted to point out. So there's these implications of the New World Order and Freemasons, Illuminati have a lot to do with this. But,
well, the Freemasons do definitely.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm just saying they do for sure.
Yeah, but the Freemasons, that's not really anything outlandish though. That is a society. It's not very secret though, but it is definitely an organized society.
It's not necessarily secret. The Freemasons was a thing, but the point of the Freemasons is to be like a sleeper state of command, to where they can get stuff done without being in the limelight,
But
so,
don't you think of having an entire tribute and a giant statue dedicated to you? Do you think that's them staying out of the light?
I mean, there's only 2 people's names.
It says
on
spray
that
painted
mural
on there. It says Masons.
You're talking about the dedication stone in the entrance.
Yeah, because
there's another plaque underneath it that says "Do not look."
Yeah. And there's a gun at the very bottom. It's you made it this far. Boom! It just shoots you.
I told you to stop reading.
Stop reading here. Please stop reading. The gun under this last
Below
paragraph
that-
will shoot you. if you
Below
don't
that,
stop.
in a black and white pattern, says the game was rigged from the start, kiddo.
And then there's a checkered suit guy that walks up to you and he's like, "Hey, meet my Maria."
You just totally missed that reference. This is disappointing.
Yeah, I know. I like that Fallout reference.
I just said the checkered suit guy.
I know.
Vinny.
I just said in a checkered suit that plaque that says
Yeah,
the game was
yeah,
rigged from the start.
I know, and it's a checkered suit guy comes up to you and says, "Here's my Maria."
Yeah, but he said it first.
Forget it. You're awful.
We're coinciding with each
So,
other's references.
but like, I'm saying, like, a lot of people think that, like, oh, a secret organization has something to do with this. I'm like, yeah, an organization does, but it's not so secretive, and it's not something with, like, ill intentions as someone would actually think, you know?
Why? How do you know?
I mean, like, there's a history of the Freemasons.
Yeah.
Of the Masonic, what are they called? The
Masonic.
Masonic, yeah.
Yeah, Masonic intentions.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's like a lot of tourism guides and stuff like that, and it just says like thanks to to the Masonics for contributing and funding this, you know, and and some people think that like obviously they contributed that money because they're making their home for the apocalypse or something like that, you know, which is interesting. But I mean, like, people want to point out, says like, well, what is this? I'm like, well, that's has an obvious explanation right there. But I mean, like, if you want to dig into it more and like claim that like they're making their future homes and whatnot, the Illuminati, that's them funding, them building their homes and shit like that. You know.
Yeah.
Which another interesting thing I saw is that there is a piece of raised up like part of the plaque, and it is it's like has a braille tablet there, and there's speculations apparently that if you go up to it and you input the right number of symbols, that it turns into a keypad, and that you
That
can
the tablet turns into a keypad?
yes, and that is somewhat connected to aliens or an alien command or is release of a toxic gas, you know,
Whoa.
kind of like command like one of the command rooms and tunnels that you were
Ooh, we're
speaking
gonna
of
come
before.
back to toxic gas. You wait.
Okay.
You,
All
till
right.
you hear
We
this.
can go back to it. There's some crazy fucking symbols. So when this place was being made, there were like a lot of questionable designs in the airport, I would say. I mean, like that's that the city of Denver and the mayor like commissioned out to some interesting artists, and they came up with some
'cause, like,
interesting designs.
Yeah, because like all this stuff when I was researching it, like everything from the murals to the design to everything going in this airport has to go
Statues,
to
busts.
it has to go from the approval of the people that work at the airport, and then that has to go up to the city, and that has to go up to the state, and then
That's
that has to
interesting.
go up to like the government, and so it passed like these 6 like chains of like approval. Well, if he approved it, I'm gonna approve it. Well, if he approved it, I'm gonna approve it. Fuck it, you know.
So like one of the biggest things is, of course, we can talk about Lucifer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Lucifer.
That's like the most famous thing. I was like, come on, you know
Let me
Lucifer.
just get the dedication stone stuff real quick.
Okay,
Since we
you
were
wanna
talking
hit
about
that?
free stations. Yeah. So there's a stone like John was talking about at the entrance of the airport, and it's called the dedication stone. Pretty much like dedicating like the contributors and everyone who basically helped fund the airport. And for a second, I was like, "Why are you moving the camera closer?" and so there's the Freemason symbol on this stone. It's like the G with like the compass and the square.
Like
I think
lines and
I think
stuff.
that's what's called as a square, like the ruler looking thing. And then under the Freemason symbol, it says for the New World Airport Commission. And I'm like, what is the New World Airport Commission? What is that? I didn't Google it, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Illuminati.
Basically, I remember I looked up something about that. Like, if you go
You
to
did?
if you go to like the airport website and
Uh-huh.
try to like look at the contributors, like you can't find them on there or anything. There's no reliable
Isn't that
source to
weird?
find them.
They're like it's very hidden. A lot of the stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, we could go with Lucifer now.
Okay, Lucifer. So,
Or I mean Mustang.
The blue Mustang.
yeah, also known as Lucifer after it's this giant blue horse.
When you're entering the airport, it's a statue and it's like 9 feet tall.
No, it's 32 feet tall.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what
I
it
didn't
says.
realize it was that fucking big. Holy shit.
That's fucking
That's
massive.
huge.
So
But,
bigger than me.
okay, so it's blue, has some bright fucking red eyes.
That
and-
glow.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have some images up of what we're talking about and stuff like that for you guys to reference, so you know what's going on. But there's Lucifer, fucking big blue horse, over 30 feet tall, with bright crimson eyes, staring down at the fucking people arriving in their fucking city. Says, "Welcome to Denver." That's
Or welcome to your flight. You know.
Good luck.
Yeah. And he's supposed to represent the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, death.
Supposed to. I don't know. I mean, if you ask the artist, I don't think that's what he's gonna tell you. But
Well,
I'm saying people have
We can't
linked
ask
it.
the artist.
I remember
know
I thought
why?
it was interesting because
Why?
Wait, you didn't hear why?
Luis
no, what
Jimenez?
happened?
Oh, so Luis, in the process of them, the statue is complete.
Didn't it fall on him and die?
It
He died.
fell on him. The statue, the head of the statue, broke off, and it severed his femoral artery in his leg,
I forgot about that.
And he
I
bled
read
out.
that. That's crazy.
and he bled out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so you can't. I mean, like, it doesn't literally represent the four horsemen, like one of the horsemen being death. You know, the apocalypse.
Speaking of that, people like looking at the eyes often see it as like that. But I remember apparently Luis said that it was supposed to represent the wild spirits of the American West.
Oh, well, even though that's not even the
It's
West.
very weird to be like,
Yeah.
let's make a blue and red eyes.
I know.
Fucking cowboys. All right, Louise. I don't think you know shit about fucking cowboys. And
They're like, let's shoot this guy in the leg and blame it on the statue.
This guy's fucking wacko. Before, like, he's gonna make like one of these every 10 fucking feet. He's got to go down.
They're like, okay, let's make sure all of our loose ends are tied off.
It says on blueprint 1 of 40.
That Luis guy, he can go, right? Like, he's totally gonna spoil this shit for us. Yeah, fuck Luis.
He's no longer elite.
We paid
They
him for the
walked up.
statue.
Boom.
Guys, you see that statue fall on him?
You weren't elite from the start.
Hot damn, that was fucking crazy.
The game was elite from the start, kid.
All right, so this is the biggest topic here. The biggest amount of speculation right here is the murals.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
The murals. So
This is one of them.
it is. Yeah,
I
right
think this
behind
is,
us. We are in Denver actually right now. There are people passing us all over the place, giving us fucking weird, creepy like looks and shit like that.
I think this is Children of the World Dream of Peace.
Yeah, and there's some other ones, and we're also going to talk about peace and harmony with nature.
I like that one.
Yeah, so there are these massive but mysterious like murals that were commissioned and painted that depict apocalypses, Nazism, fascism, a lot of symbolism, and just weird, strange imagery.
Destruction of the environment.
Yeah, that you wouldn't really think that an airport would have, you know.
No.
But then again, like, this place has been fucking weird from the start. So there are a lot of, like, the artist claims that they are expressions of justice and promotions of justice.
Right, yeah,
You know?
the children of the world is supposed to represent the
And
wish to get rid of violence in society.
I mean, I can get that, but I mean, like, it's very weird.
They're
and,
weird. They're weird.
I mean, like, that's
murals.
not my first take of it. I mean, like, it looks like it's glorifying it to an extent.
Because, like, I've been to very few airports. I've been to this airport once. I didn't go inside. I've been outside of it. But I've seen the statue.
Because you're so fucking scared, right? You don't want to go in.
I was too high.
And, like, I don't have...
I'm just kidding. But, like, you know, when in Colorado, no. But, like, I've been to the Kansas City's airport, you know, and they got pictures of giant turds on the wall because Missouri sucks. And then, I've been to New York City and Washington, D.C.'s airport, and, like, most of the murals and stuff are, like, things that represent their state. Like, New York is, like, a lot of, like, aviation shit on the walls and stuff. And then, like Washington, D.C.'s airport was, like, a lot of just, like, founding father shit and, like, the monuments and things. And it's, like, out of everything they could have chose for this airport, why did they choose to, like, put up this weird fucking shit on the wall? Especially
It's
when I was
bizarre.
saying
Like, why?
it had to
it's so
pass like
weird.
6 levels of approval, and who, like, in the right mind was like, yeah, that represents Denver perfectly. You know?
You know what represents Denver? Fire, a lot of it.
Children.
Murdering a lot of minorities. That's,
So we get
that's
this
Denver.
guy with an AK and a sword, and he's like stabbing a pigeon. You see?
It's like, whoa, what the fuck?
No, hang on, it gets much more metal. All right.
It gets much more metal. So people ought to think like it's showing fire and brimstone, destruction of the New World Order, and the collapse of society and civilization. One ridiculous speculation I saw is these were commissioned so that the elite had something nice and pretty to look at. I think that's fucking absurd.
You know, in the end of the world when they're all chilling in there.
Yeah.
So like some more things about the murals. So like the in peace and harmony with nature. It not represents, but it depicts I wouldn't necessarily say it's a Nazi 100%.
Yeah.
But it's Nazi-esque. Like he has the gas mask, he has a assault rifle, and he has a scimitar, which is also there's like another Freemason symbol which they wear. Like they have like fez hats they wear sometimes, and it has like a scimitar on it. And so like also the fact that he's wielding a scimitar kind of like ties in with the Freemason stuff. And so like in that painting, he is stabbing a white dove, which is the symbol of peace. And there's multiple women holding dying babies amongst like buildings that are rubble. And then also in the bottom left of the painting, there's supposed to be a note from a child in Auschwitz, which is like just what the fuck? It's very weird.
Huh.
It's very weird.
Go, sorry about that.
And so not only that one, then there's the other one with the children. There's a part of it where there's the one that's behind us. I don't know if it's behind John. It's kind of in the middle. Yeah, I can't see it. I don't see him. But there's a Boy Scout, which is supposed to represent the United States. You can get back up here. There's a Boy Scout, which is supposed to represent the United States, handing his weapon to a Bavarian child, which is supposed to represent Germany. And it's not necessarily like a peace offering, like, hey, I give you this, you give me this. It's more of a submission, like, I'm submitting my weapon to you, you know, almost as if, like, the United States will one day surrender to, like, this other power. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I wonder if you can see the little Boy Scout boy handing his weapon over. Where is it? Where the fuck is the little Boy Scout boy handing his weapon?
Is it right in the middle? No, there's the guy with the hammer. What else do we got here? Fuck, I don't know. We'll put the fucking full image up. We'll find it.
Yeah, the Boy Scout's somewhere in here, though. And he's handing his weapon to a boy, which is supposed to represent the United States and, like, Germany. You know, basically us submitting to this higher power, bringing upon this death and destruction, you know.
Yeah.
Everywhere but this airport, which is the bastion of hope for
and I think it's very weird to have, like, murals and, like, depict, like, genocide. Like, obviously, like, I think promoting justice is very good, but at the same time, depicting genocide is very iffy. And for levels of government and higher officials to approve this, that thousands upon thousands of people are going to see on a daily basis. You know?
Also,
very weird.
There's there's a third one. I didn't write down the name of it. There's a third mural which shows Satan jumping from a suitcase.
That's not a mural.
Is it not a mural?
No.
Is it a statue?
There's a couple statues throughout the airport of these gargoyles.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the gargoyles yet.
Oh.
But yes, the gargoyles. There are gargoyles everywhere in the airport.
They're jumping out of a suitcase.
And a gargoyle is a Masonic symbol for the Freemasons, which is fucking weird. And then like there's Anubis is also in the airport, which is the Egyptian god of death. And then yeah. Yeah.
So
I already said that other note.
I think that's like some of the weird design changes we talked about. But one of the exterior design changes that kind of goes back to your FEMA concentration camp theory is that there's fencing all around like the airport, of course, you know, because it's a very fucking like limited space. You know, people just can't go hanging out there.
And it's an ungodly huge airport. It's like 55 square miles.
It's fucking 33,000 acres.
Yeah, it's huge.
The largest North American fucking airport, the second largest in the fucking world. You know,
it's gigantic.
It's humongous. Like for fuck's sake. Yeah. So
there's
these
a lot
fences,
of elite they gotta hide.
the world elite is very big, boy.
So like these fences, there's barbed wire, and like the way like these fences go, like there's like to keep people out. Like if you climb a fence, like the barbed wire is casting over you, but on the inside, like for some reason the barbed wire casting towards.
It's backwards.
Yeah, it's towards.
And that could be a construction problem, or
or
it could be purposeful.
I mean, like they've had 25 years to fucking fix it.
Right. This was built before we were born, you know. So, fucking get your barbed wire.
But I mean, like
on the other side of the
fucking,
fence.
or hire someone more, like someone a little bit more fucking efficient. Why don't you? Like, I think it's really lame now.
Everyone's fucking high over there.
That I think it's lame now that like the airport like totally like kind of leans into the conspiracy theories and shit like that.
They probably love that shit.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they figured it out, but let's embrace it as if they didn't figure it out.
So like another interesting thing is that like the reason why this airport was delayed over a year is because of these massive construction of the tunnels that Tony talked about a little bit earlier.
So I was coinciding with you. It doesn't seem like necessarily a necessity to build all these underground things because like it would be cheaper to just demolition all those buildings that were there before than to build over them. Like that just it seems like an extra use of time and money and space and everything, you know. But like, why did they take the time to dig out like these 5 miles of tunnels underground when there wasn't even a tram system for years that they had planned? You know, like that tram system wasn't after.
Wasn't in the original blueprints.
It wasn't.
And it wasn't changed either.
Just trust me, guys. When we build these tunnels, we're gonna need a train.
We'll need a train.
We got the best train right here.
So yeah, due to the previous evidence shown and discussed, like there's a lot of signals, like just showcasing that there's an existence of a secret society here at work, and a lot of people think that a lot of the evidence is a warning, you know, of harbinger of apocalyptic events. And you said you want to talk about gas over here, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's very interesting was so there's a statue of a gargoyle, of course, and on the gargoyle it has the compound, like the chemical composition, you know, like the periodic table.
This is very good. This is very interesting.
AU and AG, which stands for gold and silver, but they think that it is hinting towards Australian antigen toxin, which is a gas that is used in war, and it also is apparently a weapon of choice for the Illuminati.
Why? How is that a weapon of choice for the Illuminati?
I mean, because the Illuminati has used Australian antigen toxin before.
When?
Exactly.
No, that does not mean you win this argument. What the fuck does that mean?
We don't know because what is the Illuminati?
Okay.
What solidified evidence do we have?
So it's like, oh. Listen, Tupac Shakur was killed
by Australian antigen
shut the fuck
toxin.
up. With a 9mm weapon.
With the Australian antigen.
Shut up. He was killed with his 9.
His 9?
With a 9. And I think the Illuminati did it. Well,
No.
why do you think that? Well, because the 9mm is the Illuminati's weapon of choice.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Just putting that out there. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, it doesn't. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
You can't disprove it.
That doesn't make it factual. God, that's why I didn't want to fucking do this shit, because it's also fucking shitty speculation for fucking
That's
shit.
all these are.
AU and this shit and AG makes it this fucking chemical that the Illuminati used. Use it all the time, and guess what? They're gonna use it again on you.
Okay, so anyway. Yeah, there's that. Australian antigen toxin.
Damn, that Illuminati back at it again.
I got this from unknown source within the Illuminati, so thank you, George Bush, for that.
That's where you got that 9mm.
Be quiet, Pac. It'll be okay.
There's some Biggie brains in there.
We going to Hawaii later. Also, some of these murals have the 2012 Aztec Apocalypse insignia above them.
Well, they're wrong, so.
Well, yeah, but these were built before 2012. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just the fact that they would like even and kind of entice the idea of there being an apocalypse in 2012 back in the 90s was kind of like, what the fuck? You know?
I mean, like, but a lot of people thought that, like,
it was legit.
1999, like.
Oh yeah, Y2K with all the machines not being able to count zero.
That actually happened with do you know the game WWE 2K20?
Yeah.
So that came out like November of 2019. So when your console actually like goes to 2020, it actually crashed everyone's fucking game because the game wasn't able to read that time.
Oh my goodness.
Because of the coding.
Because of zero, yeah.
Like I don't know if that's a specific reason, but I'm saying like that when the year hit 2020 actually broke the fucking game.
That probably was that because they didn't like program the computer to realize like 0 as an input rather than the absence of an input. You know what I'm saying?
I just think that's interesting.
Because that's what everyone thought was going to happen was the stock market was going to crash because computers understand 0 as no input rather than an actual input. But obviously that didn't happen. People had their shit on lock, you know.
Or we're on the Matrix right now. We're all fucking dead.
That also is another very interesting theory I wanted to talk about on here, which is like
Do we live in a Matrix?
yeah, because
Definitely.
that's why people think that like why
Birds.
things constantly vibrate is because like we're not a solid state of matter technically.
Anyways, we're going way
Sorry,
off here.
yeah.
So, all right, the elite are hiding out in this place because of toxins everywhere. Because
They're gonna hide out.
They're
Point.
killing, and they're gonna create concentration camps literally upstairs above us. They're just gonna keep everyone there. Seems ridiculous to me. Like, why the fuck would you live in an area and keep all the fucking prisoners of your world, of their like your enemy, I guess, like at the same spot? This seems ridiculous. Or what you said, undesirables, like maybe the elite, maybe maybe Tom Hardy, you know, maybe Morgan Freeman over there, he's been fucking drinking a little bit too much extra like champagne over there, where you need to send him upstairs,
Like
you know?
fuck Morgan's pissing us off.
Yeah, I would take his fucking earrings, send his ass upstairs.
Keep his voice.
This is Morgan Freeman, please let me back in.
I'm so hungry.
I'm starving mobbing, as you would say.
I just ate Tom Hanks. He wasn't too tasty.
This is God speaking. No, Morgan, we know it's you again. Let me back in.
God damn it. I'll try again later.
God wants you to let me back in.
Just so you know, we're out of water.
It's almost nighttime. The skinwalkers are coming out.
Did you guys see a picture of the runways real quick?
Yes, I did.
God.
So did you guys see how the runways were shaped like a swastika?
Not really, no.
I could draw it out. Like I can kind of see it, but also
I feel like that's very far-fetched.
it's far-fetched, but also at the same time,
This whole podcast? Yeah.
it's not. You know, it's not Banshees, but like
Oh, shit.
so like also the runways are semi-shaped like a swastika. Like I could see 2 of them, yes. The other 2, particularly like the bottom one that comes out, like down and then out to the left, if you're looking at it, not like, don't take my hand gestures as. So like if you're looking at it from the top, like the one that goes bottom left doesn't look like part of a swastika, but the top one and then the middle one that comes out and then up does look like the beginning of a swastika. I feel like they've kind of like done a little something to like fix that because the people are probably like, fuck, it does kind of look like a swastika. But yeah, I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
It's shaped like a swastika.
So it's very interesting, you know, like the New World Order, mass genocide, reptilian races, toxic gases, secret societies, Illuminati, female concentration camps. Do we have anything else for this fucking outstanding place, this location?
Yes.
What?
So in 2007, North Korea threatened the United States with missiles.
Not very nice.
No,
Not at
fucking.
all.
They ain't. You know what? No. So in 2007,
We're about to talk shit on the communist like dictator.
yeah,
I think that's okay.
But he big dead, so it's cool.
Hopefully.
We can't get nuked in Missouri, anyways. They can't reach us. So Obama was actually flown to this airport when that happened.
When was this?
In 2007.
Okay.
Which is kind of odd to me that you know they flew Obama to that airport. Out of everywhere you could fly Obama, why would you fly him to this specific airport? You know,
Oh, so you think that they were gonna?
start loading people into this bunker. You know, starting with the president.
That's interesting.
Also in 2007, which is very odd to me, after that happened, there was an incident where there was an electromagnetic discharge which caused 14 plane windows to spontaneously explode simultaneously within one another. And people were like, I guess everyone that like these, what would you even call them? Like aero mechanics, Kyler? Like the people that would fix the airplane, obviously. Like they were the ones that were like, you know, this was from an electromagnetic discharge. Like nothing physically came in contact with the windows breaking this. Like it was due to like kind of like when you take like a spark plug and you throw it against a window. It's because of the electric charge inside of the porcelain that causes it to crack and web. And so like that's what it was an electromagnetic discharge. but the fact that it like shattered 14 planes' windows,
I
like
cracked it, but yeah.
it shattered it completely. That like that's very odd. Like what was going
Is there
on
any
there?
theories of like what caused?
There was like their excuse for it, or necessarily like their reasoning was saying that they were working with a new luggage system,
Oh my god.
and that like the system overcharged, causing like an overload of electricity. But I don't think that like a baggage claim thing would produce enough
That's
electricity.
actually really ironic because that's like the biggest problem they've had with the Denver airport and trying to open it was their fucking luggage.
I know.
Can we pin this on the luggage one? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we can
They
get one
sure
more
it's
out of
always
this.
about
It
the
was
luggage.
the luggage,
It's like,
yeah.
we had to push back 16 months because of the luggage. It's like, in reality, it was like 19 tunnels or some shit like that. And some fucking, they're doing the Stranger Things portal fucking
Right,
down below the airport.
exactly, dude. They're opening the fucking skitter gate.
So the thing that happened with this luggage before they opened, so they did this, they're like, they renovated it, we got this brand new idea, there's gonna be fucking like, it's gonna zip, zop, zoom, zoom, all the luggage is gonna be loaded up, unloaded
Bags!
real fast.
It's gonna go through tunnels downstairs for no fucking reason. Right?
It just goes through everywhere. It's like the fucking Grey Wolf Lodge, man. It just goes in and out, in and out.
We're
all
gonna
over
have the
place.
people in the camps loading the luggage.
Put them to work. I'm sorry, you guys don't know about the camp yet. That's later down the line. Don't worry. Anyways, so they have literally have this big
Yeah,
showcase.
when you're in the camp.
They have this big showcase thing. Everyone comes down and like comes to watch it, and like they start it, like everything goes okay, and then it starts fucking luggage fucking flying all over the fucking place. It's fucking this disaster of this big PR nightmare. That luggage starts fucking going everywhere, all over the fucking place, spinning. The fucking conveyor belts are all fucked up and broken.
Could
Like,
you imagine? My dildo! No.
this is a big fucking issue. Like, it's hilarious. And yeah, they're like, luggage. Yes.
Luggage.
So please come fly with us next year when we open. I have one more thing that we didn't cover. So also the Queen of England, which is why I was saying, she's part of the elite. She owns various properties around the airport.
What the fuck?
That's kind of weird to me. Like, how is she capable
What
of
if
owning
she's like? What if she's
properties in our country?
Like? She's
you know?
like, I don't have an invitation, so like, I'm gonna
Start my own bunker around the bunker.
It's like,
Good luck leaving your bunker with my bunkers all around it.
she's got like probably surrounding it. It's like I've imprisoned you.
Come on, corgis.
She can see imprisoned
The
people
attack
at the
dogs.
fucking. She can see imprisoned people at the Denver camp to do a raid on the fucking bunkers.
That's funny. Operation Human Meat Shield.
She's got a bigger fence on the outside.
My barbed wire's right.
It's a fucking backwards swastika fucking. Okay. Guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode of the Curse Podcast.
Wait.
But before we leave you,
We have to do the thingy.
yeah, we got to do the thingy. We got to do what it comes down to. So, is the Denver airport a secret
it real?
compound for the elite?
Is the airport real? It's a real airport, yes. So I think that I'll answer last since this is my topic.
Okay, so is the Denver airport, does it have a compound that is a safe haven for the elite once everything goes fucking to shit? I think no. I don't think so.
I think yeah. I don't know. It's kind of conspicuous. There's probably some gigantic ark down there to store all the elite.
The ark.
Yeah, the ark.
I also think yes, that something's going on.
Oh, so two yeses and a no, and that's fine. Like I can definitely see there's a lot of evidence there, but I mean, like to me, I just see like why would you have so many breadcrumbs to this when it's such a big deal? You know?
I think that by making it seem like you're self-aware.
Like why put Easter eggs there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think that by making it seem like, hey, we're kind of self-aware of what you think, that it makes it seem like they're like giving it the shoulder, like, oh, that's not real, so we might as well embrace it. But that kind of like, shows more that it's real by like them kind of like joking about it, or like, kind of like putting these things there. Like, there's no way this could really be happening because why would we show ourselves like this? When like, if anything, them being, it's like hiding in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I kind of see it.
I gotcha. Kyle, do you have an explanation for why you think it's real?
Well,
like, nope.
like it.
Don't.
Well,
Like, it's just weird.
it is really fucking weird. I don't really see it through like the paintings or, the statue outside the Lucifer. Yeah, that's what it is. But I don't know. It's very curious, especially with the stonemasons, the Illuminati, supposedly, and especially with Tony saying Barack Obama was flown there during that little missile crisis thing.
Yeah. Very definitely an odd topic. I think like that's one of the biggest conspiracy theories besides like 9/11 that's known. But it's very interesting because there's like it covers so many different things with like aliens, secret society, mass genocide. It's just like covers a lot of different strange things, and there's a lot of speculation there, and not a lot of explanation. And it's very weird because like you can go on tours and stuff like that there, and like currently like 2020 right now. I mean like I think it's a lot more practical. People like will talk about it, a lot more too. Like people will talk about the tunnels and stuff like that, and just like that's just not for public use,
right?
And like with tours, I think people are willing to talk about it to a certain degree and show you the monorail system that is now implicated that wasn't
for baggage.
Yeah, baggage. But guys, I think that's good for this episode of the Curse Podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like, drop some comments down below, and suggest some stuff for us, guys. Make sure to check out all the links down below. If you guys really want to support the channel, you guys can head over to the Foundry Patreon, where we have a lot of fun stuff over there. Guys, donate. We're trying to get some more support over there before we start implementing some new tasks and rewards, like getting early access to the videos. Which one thing we are implicating right now is that you guys can see your name at the end. A special thanks to you at the end of every video that is uploaded. But guys, we'll see you later on the next episode of the Curse Podcast.
Bye.